Hey, you dropped this. I turned, and there he was, Adrian Cole, the guy everyone whispered about. His hand held my notebook like it was something fragile. Oh, thanks, I said, reaching for it. He smiled, that kind of smile that looked easy but didn't reach his eyes. You're Lena, right? First year literature? I nodded. Yeah, you're in business, I think. Guilty. He laughed softly. You always sit by the window in the cafeteria. It's kind of hard not to notice. That made my stomach twist. You've been noticing? He shrugged. You look like you're somewhere else most of the time. Thought maybe you could use company. I'm fine, I said quickly. But his tone wasn't mocking, it was calm, curious. Sure, he said. But if you ever get bored of staring at trees, I'm usually around. He started to walk off, but something about him lingered like smoke after a match goes out. Maya appeared beside me out of nowhere, grabbing my arm. Oh my God. Was that Adrian Cole? I guess. He's dangerous, she whispered dramatically. Half the girls here have a crush on him, and the other half have a reason not to. I frowned. What's that supposed to mean? His family's messed up. Something about a scandal before he transferred here. Just be careful, okay? I laughed it off, but the warning stuck. The next day, he found me again. You left before I could ask coffee? I blinked. You don't even know me. That's kind of the point, isn't it? His tone was teasing, but there was something sharp underneath, something I couldn't name. Still, I said yes. At the calf. He leaned forward. So, Lena Hart, tell me something true. I hesitated. I hate small talk. He grinned. Good, then skip to the part where you tell me why you always look like you're running from ghosts. That hit too close. I'm not running. Sure you are. He sipped his coffee. But don't worry. Everyone's hiding something. His words should have felt casual. They didn't. Later, walking back to campus, he asked, do you trust easily? No, I said. Good. You shouldn't. Something in his voice made me glance at him. Why's that? Because people are cruel when they think you can't fight back. I didn't know then if he was warning me or testing me. When we reached my dorm, he said, see you around, Lena. I stood there long after he left, my heart pounding for reasons I didn't understand. Inside, Maya asked, you went out with him, didn't you? Yeah, Lena, she groaned. I told you I know, I said quietly. But he's not what I expected. What do you mean? I looked at the notebook he'd returned to me, now sitting on my desk. The corner was bent, a tiny tear at the edge like someone had flipped through it. I'm not sure yet, I murmured. But I think Adrian Cole already knows too much about me. Movie night again? Adrian asked, holding a bag of popcorn like a peace offering. I laughed softly. You're going to make me fail my exams. He grinned. You worry too much. One movie won't kill your GPA. Tell that to my grades. Fine, he said, throwing a pillow at me. If you pass, I'll buy you dinner. If you fail, I'll buy you dinner anyway. Bribery? Motivation. We both laughed, but something in his eyes stayed unreadable. Later, as the screen flickered, I felt his arm brush against mine. My heart skipped. You're not even watching, I whispered. I am, he said quietly. Just not the movie. I turned to him. What are you looking at then? He smiled, but it didn't feel playful. You. My chest tightened. I tried to sound casual. That's creepy, only if you want it to be. I rolled my eyes, pretending to focus on the movie. But his words lingered. When the credits rolled, he asked, do you ever wonder why people find comfort in sad stories? Because they end, I said. He nodded slowly. Exactly. Something in his tone made me uneasy. I changed the subject. You talk like you've seen a lot of endings. Maybe I have. He didn't elaborate, and I didn't push. Over the next few weeks, we became inseparable. Coffee runs, late night walks, lazy afternoons. Maya teased me constantly. You're glowing, she said once. What's his secret? He's just different, I said. He listens. Dangerous quality in a guy, she joked. They listen too much. They know too much. I laughed, but her words stayed with me. One night, Adrian and I sat under the campus lights. The world felt smaller, quieter. I used to hate this place, he admitted. Now, it doesn't feel so bad. Because of me? I teased. He looked at me for a long moment. Maybe. His voice trembled slightly, just enough for me to notice. I smiled, but deep down, a question grew. Why did his kindness feel rehearsed sometimes? Why did his gaze linger like he was memorizing me for later? When I asked about his past, he always dodged. Family? I asked one night. Gone, he said quickly. Doesn't matter. Everyone's got someone. Not me. He changed the topic before I could respond. As we walked back, he slipped his hand into mine. It was warm, steady. You make me feel alive again, he murmured. I froze. Again? He smiled faintly. Long story. Then tell me. Someday. That word echoed inside me. Someday. When he kissed me goodnight, it felt gentle, real. But as he walked away, I noticed him glance over his shoulder, his jaw tight, expression unreadable. Something flickered there, sadness, anger, maybe guilt. I couldn't tell. Inside my dorm, Maya looked up from her laptop. You're smiling weird, she said. I think I'm falling for him, I whispered. She frowned. Lena, just be careful. I nodded, even though a part of me already knew careful wouldn't be enough. Come on, Lena. It's the winter gala. You can't hide in the dorm forever, Maya said, zipping up my dress before I could protest. I don't belong there, I muttered. Everyone's going to stare. Let them. You'll look better than all of them combined. She handed me a silver mask. Besides, Adrian's expecting you. That name made my stomach twist. He didn't say that. He did. He told Ryan you'd look perfect tonight. Ryan? I frowned. Since when does he talk to Ryan about me? Maya shrugged. They're best friends, remember? Don't overthink it. Easier said than done. The ballroom. The lights shimmered like falling stars. Music echoed through the crowd. Then I saw him, Adrian, in a black suit, waiting at the bottom of the stairs like a scene out of some perfect dream. Wow, he whispered when I reached him. You're breathtaking. My heart skipped. You clean up pretty well yourself. He smiled, offered his hand. Dance with me? I hesitated. I can't dance. Then just follow my lead. He pulled me close, his hand on my waist, and for a moment, the world disappeared. The music, the people, everything gone. You make me forget things, he murmured. Like what? Everything that hurts. I looked up at him, confused. Adrian, he kissed me. My first real kiss. My heart felt like it might burst. Then I heard it, whispering, laughter. Someone gasped. I pulled away, breathless. What's happening? Adrian turned, frowning. What do you mean? Maya rushed through the crowd, her face pale. Lena, don't look. What? Someone's playing a video on the projector. The music stopped. My name echoed through the speakers, and then I saw it. Me, 16 years old, crying, humiliated. That stupid prank video from high school, the one I'd buried, deleted, forgotten. My knees went weak. No, this can't be real. People started whispering. Is that her? Oh my God. What a freak. Turn it off. I screamed. Please turn it off. Adrian grabbed my arm. Lena. Calm down, calm down. I yanked away. How did they even get that? Ryan appeared behind him, smirking. Guess the internet never forgets. Something in Adrian's face flickered guilt. My throat closed. You knew? He didn't answer. You knew, I said louder. Did you show him? He said nothing. Maya shoved Ryan. You disgusting jerk. Ryan laughed. Relax, it was just a joke. A joke. My humiliation was a joke. I turned to Adrian, my voice breaking. Tell me it wasn't you. He looked at the floor. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I felt my chest cave in. So it was you. It's not what you think, then what is it, Adrian? I snapped. Because it looks a lot like betrayal. The crowd was silent. My hands were shaking. Maya grabbed me, pulling me toward the exit. Let's go. I heard Adrian call after me, but I didn't stop. Outside, the cold air hit me like knives. I ripped off the mask and threw it onto the pavement. Maya whispered, Lena, I swear I'll kill him. I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. All I could think was how his lips had just touched mine seconds before he ruined me. I didn't leave my room for 3 days. The curtains stayed closed. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Lena, please. Maya's voice came through the door again. You have to eat something. I'm fine, I said, though my voice cracked. You're not. They're saying awful things out there about the video, about you and Adrian. I pressed my hands against my ears. I don't care. She hesitated. Do you want me to talk to him? No, the word came out too sharp. He's the last person I ever want to see. The silence stretched. Then a whisper. He's been asking about you. I froze. What? He came by last night. Waited outside the dorm. My throat tightened. Why? I don't know. He didn't say much. Just looked like he hated himself. Good, I whispered. He should. When she finally left, I stared at my phone. 100 messages, all the same. Slut, liar, joke. My name was a trending hashtag now. I deleted everything and sat on the floor until my legs went numb. That night, someone knocked. 3 slow knocks. Go away, Maya, I muttered. It's not Maya, that voice. My heart stopped. Lena, open the door. I didn't move. Why are you here? I just want to talk. Talk? I laughed bitterly. What's left to say? Please. Something in his tone broke me. Against my better judgment, I unlocked the door. Adrian stood there, pale, eyes hollow. You look terrible, he said softly. Thanks. You did that. He flinched. I didn't mean don't say that. You did mean it. You planned it. He ran a hand through his hair. You don't understand. Then make me. My voice shook. Tell me why you ruined my life. He looked at me for a long moment, then said quietly, now you know what it feels like. I blinked. What? He stepped closer. To have everything taken from you. To be humiliated. To lose trust, reputation, peace, all of it. I didn't do anything to you. I shouted. His eyes darkened. Didn't you? Lena Hart, sister of Daniel Hart. The name hit me like a slap. What does Daniel have to do with this? He laughed bitterly. So you really don't know. Your brother destroyed my family. My chest tightened. That's not true. He stole everything from my father's company. My mom lost our house. My dad, he swallowed hard. My dad killed himself. I stared at him, numb. No, that can't be true. Daniel wouldn't, he did, Adrian said coldly. And when I found out you were his sister, I thought maybe karma had finally sent me a way to even things. My voice barely worked. So you used me. Yes. The word hung heavy in the air. At first, I whispered. He looked away. Then I got caught in it. You weren't supposed to matter. I stepped back, shaking. Get out. Lena, get out. He hesitated, eyes full of something like regret. Then he turned and left. When the door shut, I sank to the floor, gasping for air. My brother's sins, Adrian's revenge. My heart caught in the middle. For the first time, I realized none of this was a nightmare. It was punishment. I can't do this anymore, I said, gripping the sink. Maya's voice was behind me. Don't say that. Why? I asked. It's true. Because you promised you'd stay. She sounded tiny. Please. I gave a bitter laugh. Promises mean nothing now. Promise me again, she said, sitting on the toilet lid. Promise you'll live. I looked at myself in the mirror. My face looked like a stranger's. How? The whole campus thinks I'm a joke. He used you, Maya said quietly. But you're not his story. He kissed me, I said. Then he ruined me in front of everyone. Maya squeezed my hand. Then take it back. Not with his pain, with your life. Take it back how? I asked. Start small, she said. Go to class tomorrow. Speak once. Post something true. Make them see you, not the video. What if they laugh? I whispered. They will. Then they'll forget. People forget faster than you think. Her voice was steady. You just have to keep walking. A knock made us both flinch. I opened the door a crack. Adrian stood there, wet from the rain, eyes hollow. I didn't mean, he began. You didn't mean to ruin me? I cut in. You used me. He closed his mouth. I thought it would fix things. It didn't. So you hurt me on purpose. My voice was flat. To get even with my brother. He flinched. I thought you were connected to him. I was wrong about you. You thought? You set me on fire because of a guess? I laughed sharp. Why are you here? To say sorry, he said. Or to leave. I don't know which. Either way, I said. Don't expect me to fall apart for you. He looked smaller than the man at the gala. I'm sorry, he repeated. Sorry isn't a cure. I shut the door gently. His footsteps faded. I sank to the floor. Maya sat beside me. What now? She asked. Make him regret it? I said. The words surprised me with their heat. Not by hurting him, by living. Maya nodded. Live loud. Outlast them. We start tomorrow, I said. Class. 1 sentence. 1 post. Promise? She asked. I put my hand over hers. I promise. The word felt heavy and real. That night I lay awake, feeling the anger like a small coal in my chest. It warmed me instead of burning me. I pictured Adrian watching me fail and then trying to smile. The image made my hands clench. If he wanted to use me, he had misread me. I wasn't soft. I wasn't fragile. I was a person who would stand up again. I will make him regret this, I whispered to the dark. Not with words. With my life. The thought settled into my bones. It didn't fix the pain, but it changed its shape. It became a shape I could hold. I slept for the first time in days with an answer. Survive. Tomorrow I begin. I will endure. Maya stared at me like she didn't recognize me. You cut it. I ran my fingers through my shorter hair. Yeah, it was time. It looks fierce, she said. Different. That's the point. I zipped up my black hoodie. The old me is gone. You don't have to erase her. I do. I glanced at the mirror. The reflection didn't flinch anymore. She trusted too easily. Maya sighed. You're scaring me a little. Good, I said. People leave you alone when they're scared. The next morning, whispers followed me through the hallway. Is that her? She changed. She's acting tough now. I didn't look at them. I walked straight into class, sat at the front, and opened my notebook. Adrian was already there. His eyes found me immediately. He didn't smile. He just stared. When class ended, I tried to leave fast. His voice stopped me. Lena. I froze. What? You look different. Good, I said. Now I match the mess you made. He exhaled slowly. You're angry. No, I said. I'm awake. Can we talk? About what? How you used me. How you destroyed my life to fix your own. His jaw clenched. You think I'm proud of that? I don't care what you're proud of, I said. You got what you wanted. Stay away from me. He looked like he wanted to argue but didn't. You're not the same, he murmured. Exactly. I walked past him before my knees gave out. Outside, Maya caught up. He talked to you? Yeah. And? I told him to stay away. Good, she said, relief flooding her face. You don't owe him anything. I know. But that night, lying in bed, I couldn't stop thinking about his expression, how guilty he looked. Don't, I whispered to myself. Don't start feeling sorry for him. The next day, I saw him sitting alone in the library. Ryan wasn't with him anymore. His friends whispered about the fraud rumors. Karma had finally found its way back to him. Maya leaned toward me. He's falling apart. Let him, I said. He earned it. She studied me. Do you still? No, I didn't let her finish. Whatever I felt is gone. But the truth? It wasn't. Not completely. Something inside me still wanted him to look at me the way he used to, but not with love, with regret. I wanted him to drown in it. As the semester dragged on, people stopped whispering my name and started whispering his. I watched in silence, head held high, pretending I didn't care. Maya nudged me one afternoon. You're smiling. Am I? Yeah, it's cold. Good. Because for the first time in months, the power didn't feel his anymore. It felt mine. And if Adrian Cole was finally breaking, I wasn't going to save him. I was going to watch. Maya slammed her phone on the table. It's everywhere. Adrian got caught. I looked up from my notes. Caught doing what? Scholarship fraud. Ryan leaked the screenshots, emails, fake recommendations, everything. I stared at her. Ryan betrayed him? She smirked. Guess snakes eat their own too. A strange calm settled over me. So it's true. Oh, it's true, she said. He's been suspended pending investigation. Half the campus is talking about it. I didn't know what to feel. Satisfaction? Pity? Maybe both. He deserves it. Do you believe that? She asked. I want to. Maya watched me carefully. You're not smiling. I don't need to, I said. I just want to watch. Later that day, I saw him in the courtyard, alone. His usual crowd had scattered like leaves in the wind. Ryan leaned against a wall, laughing with someone else. Adrian looked lost. His posture wasn't confident anymore. His hands trembled as he read something on his phone. Maya whispered, You don't have to go near him. I'm not, I said, but my feet didn't move. He noticed me anyway. His eyes met mine, full of something raw. Lena, he said softly. I froze. That voice still did something to me. Don't, I warned. I didn't do what they're saying, he said. Really? Sounds familiar. He winced. I know how it looks, but you framed me with less evidence, I said. Now you want sympathy? He stepped closer. I'm not asking for sympathy. I just save it, I said. This is karma, Adrian. Enjoy it. His jaw tightened. You think this makes us even? There is no us, I said quietly. Not anymore. For a moment, he looked like he wanted to argue, but the words died on his tongue. He turned away instead, shoulders heavy. Maya exhaled. That felt good. It should have, I said, though my chest ached. So why doesn't it? Because you still care. I don't, I said too quickly. She gave me a look. Sure. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing his voice in my head, the way he said my name like it still meant something. I told myself he deserved everything happening to him. He had lied, humiliated me, broken me, but the memory of his trembling hands wouldn't leave me. 2 days later, I saw him again outside the dean's office. His eyes were red. When he saw me, he tried to smile. Guess you were right, he whispered. I didn't want to be, I admitted. He nodded slowly. Maybe I deserved it. You did. He gave a hollow laugh. Then why does it hurt worse hearing it from you? I didn't answer. I just turned and walked away before he could see that part of me, the weak part still bleeding for him. As I left, Mai's words echoed in my head. You still care. Maybe I did. But caring didn't mean forgiving. Not yet. The rooftop was quiet, just the hum of the city below. I came there to breathe, not to remember. Then I heard his voice. Lena. I froze. What do you want? I just need you to listen. No, I turned toward the door. We're done, please. His tone cracked. Just this once. Something in his voice stopped me. I turned slowly. He looked exhausted, dark circles, trembling hands. You've said enough, I whispered. I haven't, he said. Not about why I did it. Does it matter now? It does to me. I folded my arms. Fine, talk. He swallowed. My family, we used to be fine. My dad owned a small investment firm. We weren't rich, but we were okay. Then one of his partners, Daniel Hart, stole everything. All our savings, our clients, our trust. I blinked. What? Your brother, he said, voice low. He forged documents under my dad's name. When it came out, everyone thought my father was the thief. He lost everything. He couldn't live with it. I felt my stomach twist. He killed himself? Adrian nodded. I was 17. I wanted revenge. When I saw your name on the freshman list, Lena Hart, I thought the universe was finally fair. I shook my head. You thought I was involved? He looked away. I told myself you knew. That you were his puppet. That hurting you was justice. That's insane. I snapped. I haven't spoken to Daniel in years. He walked out when I was 15. I didn't know, he said weakly. You didn't care. My voice trembled. You wanted someone to bleed for you, and I was the easiest target. He winced. I thought if you felt what I felt, it would fix something. Did it? He stared at the ground. No, it just made me hate myself more. Silence hung heavy between us. The wind tugged at my hair, cold against my face. I should have asked, he whispered. I should have known you. You didn't want to know me, I said. You wanted to destroy me. He looked up, eyes glassy. I loved you. Don't say that. It's the truth. Somewhere between the lies, it became real. His voice cracked. But by then, it was too late. I wanted to hate him. I really did. But the pain in his eyes, the same kind I'd carried, cut through me. Why now? I asked softly. Why tell me this? Because you deserve to know, he said. And because I can't live with it anymore. I stepped closer, my heart aching. You ruined me, Adrian. You can't fix that with words. I know, he said. But maybe you'll understand someday. He turned to leave. The door creaked shut behind him. I stood there under the stars, shaking. My brother's sins, Adrian's revenge, my life caught between them, and for the first time, I didn't know who to hate more. Maya noticed it before I did. He's different, she said, watching Adrian from across the courtyard. I followed her gaze. He was alone, sitting under a tree, notebook open. No Ryan, no laughter, just silence. He's pretending, I muttered. Maybe, she said. Or maybe he's just broken. I don't care if he is. Sure, she said with a smirk. That's why you keep looking. I turned away. I'm not, but I was. Later that week, I heard it, the whispers again. 2 girls near the lockers, laughing about me. Guess she'll fall for anyone who looks her way. Maybe she likes being a scandal. Before I could speak, Adrian stepped between us. You have a problem with her. You deal with me. They went quiet. One muttered, we were just talking. Then stop, he said coldly. Now. When they left, I crossed my arms. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I did. Why? Guilt? He looked at me, tired. Because it's the least I can do. You think protecting me erases what you did? No, he said. But maybe it keeps me from becoming worse. I hated that answer because it sounded honest. He started showing up more after that, holding doors, returning books I hadn't asked for, walking me to class without saying a word. It wasn't the same charm as before. It was quieter, careful. Maya rolled her eyes. You realize he's doing penance, right? Let him, I said. Lena, don't get pulled back in. I won't. But my heart didn't listen. One afternoon, I found him in the library, surrounded by piles of papers. What are you doing? I asked. He didn't look up. Trying to fix things. The fraud investigation. I'm helping clear my dad's name. I hesitated. That's not your responsibility. It is, he said softly. It's all I have left. I watched his hands shake as he flipped through files. You don't sleep, do you? Not much. You'll burn out. He looked up finally. Maybe that's fair. Something inside me cracked. Stop talking like that. Why? Because I already watched one man drown in guilt. I don't want to watch another. He stared at me, eyes wide. You still care. I froze. Don't twist this. I'm not, he said. You could have walked away. You didn't. I wanted to deny it, but my voice betrayed me. I don't know what I feel anymore. He stood slowly. Then let me earn the right to find out. I shook my head. You can't undo what's done. No, he said, stepping closer. But I can prove I'm not the same person who hurt you. For a long moment, neither of us spoke. His hand hovered near mine, but didn't touch. Maybe it was weakness. Maybe it was love. Or maybe it was both, to broken pieces still reaching for each other. Maya burst into my room, breathless. He's back. I looked up from my laptop. Who? Daniel. Your brother. He's in town. The name felt like a punch. That's impossible. He's facing charges, she said. Fraud, embezzlement, everything Adrian said was true. My hands trembled. Why now? Before she could answer, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I picked up. Hello? Lena. That voice, I hadn't heard it in years. I froze. Daniel? It's me, he said. I need your help. You don't get to ask me for anything. Please? They're twisting everything. I just need a place to stay. No, I hung up. My heart raced. Maya whispered. What did he want? To ruin me again. That night, someone pounded on my door. I opened it and Adrian was there. You shouldn't have answered his call, he said. My stomach dropped. How do you know about that? He came to me first. I blinked. What? He showed up at my building. Said you owed him. I told him to stay away from you. My voice shook. You saw him? Adrian nodded. He's desperate, Lena. Dangerous. Before I could reply, another voice echoed down the hall. Still playing the hero, Adrian? Daniel stepped out of the shadows. His smirk was the same as always, cold, confident. I stepped back. Daniel, leave. He ignored me. You really fell for him, huh? The son of the man I buried. Adrian's jaw tightened. You buried my father, not me. Oh, please, Daniel sneered. Your dad was weak. I just exposed him. Adrian lunged, grabbing Daniel by the collar. Say that again. Stop. I shouted. Both of you. Daniel shoved him. You think you're saving her? You're just like me, using her to feel powerful. Adrian swung. The punch landed hard. Blood splattered. Daniel stumbled back, laughing through it. There it is, the temper that ruined you. Adrian's voice broke. I'm nothing like you. Daniel raised his hand toward me. Lena, you're coming with me. You owe me. I flinched, but Adrian stepped between us. Don't touch her. Or what? Daniel spat. Adrian didn't answer. He pushed me behind him and then Daniel's fist caught his jaw. Adrian hit back, but Daniel struck again, splitting his lip. Stop. I screamed. Please. Daniel froze, breathing hard. Fine, you both deserve each other. He stormed out, slamming the door. Adrian leaned against the wall, blood dripping down his chin. I reached for him. You're bleeding. He smiled weakly. Worth it. Something in me cracked. Watching him protect me, bleed for me, broke the last piece of hatred left inside. Maya noticed it before I did. He's different, she said, watching Adrian from across the courtyard. I followed her gaze. He was alone, sitting under a tree, notebook open. No Ryan, no laughter, just silence. He's pretending, I muttered. Maybe, she said. Or maybe he's just broken. I don't care if he is. Sure, she said with a smirk. That's why you keep looking. I turned away. I'm not, but I was. Later that week, I heard it, the whispers again. Two girls near the lockers, laughing about me. Guess she'll fall for anyone who looks her way. Maybe she likes being a scandal. Before I could speak, Adrian stepped between us. You have a problem with her. You deal with me. They went quiet. One muttered, "We were just talking." Then stop, he said coldly. Now. When they left, I crossed my arms. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I did. Why? Guilt? He looked at me, tired. Because it's the least I can do. You think protecting me erases what you did? No, he said. But maybe it keeps me from becoming worse. I hated that answer because it sounded honest. He started showing up more after that, holding doors, returning books I hadn't asked for, walking me to class without saying a word. It wasn't the same charm as before. It was quieter, careful. Maya rolled her eyes. You realize he's doing penance, right? Let him, I said. Lena, don't get pulled back in. I won't. But my heart didn't listen. One afternoon, I found him in the library, surrounded by piles of papers. What are you doing? I asked. He didn't look up. Trying to fix things. The fraud investigation. I'm helping clear my dad's name. I hesitated. That's not your responsibility. It is, he said softly. It's all I have left. I watched his hands shake as he flipped through files. You don't sleep, do you? Not much. You'll burn out. He looked up finally. Maybe that's fair. Something inside me cracked. Stop talking like that. Why? Because I already watched one man drown in guilt. I don't want to watch another. He stared at me, eyes wide. You still care. I froze. Don't twist this. I'm not, he said. You could have walked away. You didn't. I wanted to deny it, but my voice betrayed me. I don't know what I feel anymore. He stood slowly. Then let me earn the right to find out. I shook my head. You can't undo what's done. No, he said, stepping closer. But I can prove I'm not the same person who hurt you. For a long moment, neither of us spoke. His hand hovered near mine, but didn't touch. Maybe it was weakness. Maybe it was love. Or maybe it was both, to broken pieces still reaching for each other. Maya dropped a flyer on my desk. Graduation party. You're coming, right? I smiled faintly. You know I don't do parties anymore. You don't do fun anymore, she said. Big difference. I'm fine, Maya. You keep saying that, she muttered. But fine doesn't stare out the window every night, I sighed. I'm not waiting for him, if that's what you think. Her look said otherwise. He transferred, Lena. He's gone. I know. Then stop carrying him like a ghost. I wanted to argue, but she wasn't wrong. Adrian had left months ago. No messages. No apologies. Just silence. I told myself it was better that way. He needed distance. So did I still? Sometimes I caught myself imagining him maybe walking through some new campus. Maybe sleeping better than before. Maybe still haunted by my name. One afternoon, I went back to the rooftop, the same one where he'd confessed everything. The wind felt colder now, gentler too. Thought I'd find you up here, Maya said, joining me. Old habits. Thinking about him? Maybe. She leaned against the rail. You ever wish it had ended differently? No, I said, then hesitated. Maybe once, but not anymore. Why not? Because it had to hurt, I said quietly. For both of us. That's the only way I could learn what forgiveness really means. She nodded slowly. So you forgave him for real this time? I did. But I also forgave myself. For what? For being naive. For loving him. For wanting to save someone who wasn't mine to save. She smiled softly. You sound lighter. I am, I said. The anger's gone. It used to keep me alive, but now it just feels heavy. You think he's changed? I don't know, I said. Maybe, maybe not, but I'm done waiting to find out. We stood there in silence, watching the sun sink behind the buildings. Maya whispered, you deserve better. I got better, I said. I got peace. Later, as I packed my things for graduation, I found his old notebook, the one he'd once borrowed and never returned. Inside, tucked between the pages, was a note in his handwriting. You taught me how to feel again. I hope someday you find someone who never has to apologize for loving you. I traced the words with my finger, smiling through tears. Goodbye, Adrian, I whispered, for the first time. It didn't hurt to say it. Revenge had broken me once. But letting go, that's what finally set me free. The smell of coffee hit me before the memory did. I stood in line, scrolling through my phone, when a familiar voice ordered, 1 black, no sugar. I froze. That voice. When I looked up, time folded in on itself. Adrian, older now, his hair shorter, his shoulders broader, his eyes quieter. He didn't see me at first. I should have turned, walked away, pretended not to notice. But I didn't. When he finally looked up, his gaze locked on mine. Lena, he said softly. I swallowed hard. Hey. He smiled small, unsure. It's been a while, 5 years, I said before I could stop myself. Not that I was counting. He chuckled. You look happy. I am, I said. And for once, it wasn't a lie. He nodded. I'm glad. You deserve that. So do you. Guess I'm getting there, he said. Life's slower now, quieter. I glanced at his cup. Still no sugar? He laughed. Still can't stand sweet things. I smiled faintly. Some things never change. He looked at me for a long time. You did. I had to, I said. It was either change or disappear. His expression softened. I never wanted you to disappear. Maybe not, I said. But you made me. He nodded, accepting it. I know. I've spent years trying to understand why I did any of it. The truth is, I didn't even know who I was back then. Neither did I admitted. We were both broken, just in different ways. Yeah, he said quietly. I used you to destroy something that wasn't your fault. And somehow, you still managed to make me want to be better. I met his eyes. You already are. He looked down, then back up. Do you ever think about us? Sometimes, I said. Not with pain anymore. Just gratitude. For what? For surviving it. He smiled, and for the first time, it reached his eyes. You always were stronger than me. I just learned to stop bleeding for people who never asked me to. I said, that sounds like peace, he murmured. It is. We stood there in silence as the barista called my name. Well, I said softly, take care of yourself, Adrian. You too. Lena. I picked up my coffee, turned toward the door, and felt the years between us settle like dust. Maybe love didn't always mean staying. Sometimes it just meant forgiving both of us. Finally free. As I stepped outside, I whispered to the wind, he used me for revenge. But in the end, we both learned how to forgive.